Something needs to change! This isn't okay! This isn't okay! Who the fuck do these people think they are? Jesus Christ, what happened? God! You know what? I hope Jesus comes soon because something is wrong! And it's not people running away from Christianity, it's people running away from this bullshit! God damn fucking Trump is the...
This is the greatest thing going on since Jesus walked the earth. And the greatest story ever told in the end, the greatest story ever told.
Wait, Donald Trump being in office is the greatest thing since Jesus...
Donald Trump's part of the rescue.
Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve.
Shut up, Joe. Leah and I have already talked about your search history. We all know that you love lesbians.
Hello and welcome to another video, and in this video we're going to be talking about MAGA, the MAGA cult. Yes, it is definitely a cult. Yes, people deny it, but I just truly believe that it's a cult. And here in this video I'm going to give you all the details, and if you agree with me that MAGA is a cult, just make sure that you drop a like, okay? Drop a like down there in the bottom of the video, and also subscribe to my channel. Help us to support liberal media. And we started in a great way. This lady, I had the full video of this lady, okay? She's just having a hard time living with the MAGAs, okay? It is just so hard to, I sometimes I cannot understand it. But the thing with me, because I come from Venezuela and dictatorship take over, it was the same thing, okay? The people that was pro-Chavez, it became like a cult. It's just that these dictators, they have a way to make people to adore them, or to pass things that the other presidents, they will not tolerate. And it becomes like a cult. Yes, it becomes like a cult kind of thing. So stay towards the end because you're really gonna like this video. And okay, stay towards the end. Thank you.
We just thank you right now, Lord, from the east, the west, the north, and the south. You will shake America with your power and your glory. We cancel every assignment of the enemy. This nation was birthed to be one nation under God, and we are standing on the soil of the White House, and we are declaring your word. Every place that our foot will trod, you will give it to us, and we are taking the land. We thank you, oh Lord. You have brought us to the kingdom for a time such as this, and this is the time. And so we declare right now, from the capital of our nation, that America will come back to God. We will come back to God. Nothing will stop this nation. And we speak right now by the authority of heaven. You told us to bring heaven to earth. Heaven is being released through your people right now. Donald Trump's gonna put homeless people in jail? Wow, what a great idea. What a fuck. I'm so fucking sick of this bullshit. My daughter was almost homeless just a few years ago. She would have gone to jail. I would have... Something needs to change. This isn't okay. This isn't okay! Who the fuck do these people think they are? Jesus Christ, what happened? God! You know what? I hope Jesus comes soon because something is wrong! And it's not people running away from Christianity, it's people running away from this bullshit! God damn fucking Trump is the... I gotta pull over. If one homeless person goes to jail because they don't have a home, and they don't have family or friends to help them,
This can't be happening, actually. Well, I'm ready. I'm a 56-year-old nobody, but if nobody helped or tried to fight this, then nothing would ever change. So I'll do whatever it takes to make America human again. How about that? That's it. Make America human again.
Yes, and she's complaining because Trump is planning to make homeless a crime, and those people need to be taken to jail because they are homeless. It's kind of, we in Vegas, you know that I told you before that I live in Vegas, in Las Vegas, Nevada. It has been like that in Las Vegas for a while now, for like 5 years or 6, or I don't remember if it's exactly 10. Between 5 and 10 years, the homeless cannot be on the strip, or in the main strip. You know, the main strip that is where the casinos are. They cannot be on the strip, or they cannot be on Fremont, where the tourists are. So they can be anywhere else, but in those two places they cannot go there, otherwise they will go to jail. So it's a similar thing, but Trump is proposing to just take homeless people to jail no matter where they are, instead of giving them the help that they need, because most of the people that are homeless, they are without home because some of them, they don't have family to help them. Some of them, they just are in drugs. Some of them have mental illness that they cannot deal with. Instead, they offer all the things that these people need for they can just get out of homelessness. Or some of them just, they just went to a bad financial situation and they just happen to lose the place where they live. And this come close home because I was homeless. Not for a long time, but I just was homeless for a couple of months. My landlord decided that he's gonna sell the house, and then suddenly I was homeless. It happens. It can happen to anybody. And I was looking for a house. I was looking for a place to live, but I was looking, and then I will sign the application for an apartment. And they will not approve me, and then I will just sign another one for minor things, for just stupidities, okay? And or for a house and things like that. So it took me a while. It took me 2.5 months to find where to live. And yes, and I totally understand this lady that she's just furious, because later on in this video, we're gonna be looking at how MAGA, or the people that is pro-Trump, and some Christians are talking about the empathy is something that it shouldn't exist in humans being or in Christianity. You're gonna see that video maybe towards the end, but yes, so keep on watching.
It's funny, I've been debating with MAGA all week, and one of the popular things they say when I accuse them of being in a cult, and I support them with evidence, like they only believe one person, their leader. They've made their leader their personality. Their truth is now vertical. It has to come from him. And once he says it, it becomes true, and they go to bat, they go to fight for it. And that makes them part of a cult. And they say, we're not in the cult, Democrats are in the cult. And I've seen a few use this dumb example. Remember when they said, vote blue no matter what? That's a cult. How stupid can you be? Now, that is a movement. That is something where they try to get all people on one accord. But you can't say that Democrats, and for the record, I'm not a Democrat, but you can't say that they're in a cult when there is no defined leader. Who's the leader of the Democrat? Who is the leader that everyone reports to, that everyone aligns with, that everyone will listen to? That person doesn't exist. Who is the leader that they've made their personality? Shirts, hats, socks, shoes, cologne, meme coins, books, restaurants, stores. Come on now. There's a distinct difference between a cult and a movement. A movement might have a leader or two, and they might be able to get everyone behind a certain word, but they are always on the line. They can cross a line and be ditched. People are not loyal to that person with absolute loyalty. But when it comes to a cult, it doesn't matter what the cult leader does. A cult leader can be found guilty of a felony, or 34 of them. A cult leader can be accused by 25 plus women over 30 years of assault. It doesn't matter. The cult leader can be caught on a mic admitting to assault, like grabbing women by the P word without permission, and it doesn't matter. When you're in a cult, there is no actual truth. The truth is whatever the leader tells you it is. And you simply can't think of an example from the left that is like that. The closest thing to love and loyalty would probably be Barack Obama, and they loved him for who he was and who he is. But trust me, he can cross a line. And there are plenty of Democrats who think he did a lot of things wrong. There are plenty of people who voted for him who think he did plenty of things wrong, and they're willing to voice it. But for Trump, the moment you say anything contrary to support, you now have Trump derangement syndrome, and you just cast off. Don't matter if you were part of his cabinet, no matter how long you support it, it doesn't matter. That, my friend, is a cult.
So our Airbnb guest got here and canceled within 5 minutes and just left. So there was no way that she could stay somewhere like this because she saw this. And she got in her car and drove away and left until we were sad.
Well, bless your little Christian heart, outskirts of heaven. Here you are thinking that if you flew a Trump flag outside of your Airbnb property, that would bring you guests and not judgment. But baby, those are no longer any kind of welcome signs. Those are warning labels at this point. Trump flags in 2025 are the new Confederate flags back in the 1990s. You know, that same flag that screams we lost the war, but we're still racists. The one that screams no LGBTQI allowed unless you're Republican and closeted. And if your pronouns aren't yes, sir, or no, sir, then you best keep on driving. You're out here acting shocked that people don't want to sleep on your property when you have a literal fascist flag flying on your front fucking yard. That's almost like walking into an Airbnb and seeing the Klan's entire closet hanging on your fucking clothesline. It's an outright middle finger to black people, LGBTQIA, women, teachers, and everybody else that's been affected by this administration down to its fucking core. I don't understand why they left my Airbnb. Well, that's because she said, not today, Satan. I'm not dying in the fucking extended scenes of Get Out. So yeah, for all you MAGA business owners, you keep acting like flying the Trump flag is a brand upgrade. But in reality, he's the little spirit Halloween of American fucking politics. Loud, tacky, and apparently just seasonal. And always leaves your business vacant. So keep flying that Trump flag, sis. But don't cry when your bookings dry up faster than you fucking already are down there. Because frankly, you're not on the outskirts of heaven. You're literally sitting on the front porch of hell at this point. With a 1-star rating and a MAGA fucking flag flying really deeply into the breeze. I hope this helps.
I posted this on Threads. All right, Christians, Trump or Jesus? You can't serve both. And I stand by that. And if you are a Christian, this answer is easy. You just say Jesus. I got over 2,000 replies of people who couldn't follow this basic prompt. Like this guy. Trump is doing great things. Is it greater than Jesus did? Absolutely not. Nowhere near what Jesus did. But Trump is furthering what Jesus did by serving justice and protecting the interests of Americans. Yes, because John 3:16 said, for God so loved the world that he sent his only son to protect the interests of Americans. And the amount of people that wrote long things that were like, whoa, what about Kamala Harris? Was that the alternative? Like, filled with misinformation. No, she's literally not killing babies. And also, she is not president, and I did not mention her. And you know, it is possible for you to have voted for Donald Trump in 2024, see that he's kidnapping people off the streets and shipping them off to prisons, sometimes by administrative error, mind you. And you could say, you know what? I don't want to support this man anymore. You could do that. But I said, okay, so you choose Trump. Got it. She said, yes. I hate it here.
And you just see, like, what she's saying, that when it's really a cult. I don't know if you remember the video that we watched. I published this video like 5 days ago. There was Arabs are regretting their vote. I exposed the case of an Arab family. The wife got deported by ICE. Okay, ICE agents came and knocked the door and took her from her family. Okay, with no apparently reason, no due process at all, and now she's in a process of deportation. but they didn't follow any of the law. They didn't do due process. She committed a crime when she was younger, and she was a resident, and then they just decided to deport her, because right now, as the situation it is with ICE at this moment, if you committed any kind of crime, it doesn't matter your legal status, okay? ICE is gonna try to deport you. And it happens to this family. This lady, she committed a crime when she was younger, and she was in the waiting of her papers. The husband was a USA citizen, and this lady got deported. And this lady got deported by ICE, okay? And the husband was like, oh, that's okay. We still love Trump in this house. That is the definition of a cult. When someone is affecting your household and you just still okay with the dear leader. That happened in cults, okay? In cults, you know, the dear leader can even rape your wife, your daughters, and things like that, because he's just the dear leader. He's just the dear leader of the cult. And this is what's happening now with MAGA. And I don't think if you are running an Airbnb, under any circumstances or any kind of business, perhaps you should have any kind of Trump flag or anything like that, because at this moment, that's like a hate flag. It's like a Confederate flag. I totally agree with this guy that say that, and the lady that she was just asking, okay, which one do you choose, Trump or Christ? And they was like almost like, oh, I would choose Trump. Would you choose God or Trump? I would choose Trump.
Watch. Begging for your help. Begging for your help.
Pobrecita.
I haven't eaten in 2 days. The government took my food stamps. They took my cash benefits I get every month. Section 8 is now not paying my rent for next month.
Interesting.
On top of, my landlord is telling me they haven't paid the last 3 months.
Get a
so
job.
I owe over $4,000 to my landlord. So I'm going to be losing my home. My disability flex I won't be getting next month.
You voted for this.
I have nothing. And before you say you need to go get a job,
I didn't say that.
can't. I cannot get a job.
Why?
I don't even know the first place to look.
Go work at the
I don't
fields.
even know how to fill out a job application.
Go work at the fields. There are plenty of jobs.
I have almost 200,000 followers on here. If every one of my followers sent me 50 cents,
What?
50 cents, not even $1, I would be good for a few months. I am
The
begging
entitlement.
you.
Yo, the entitlement.
I need help. I can't do this on my own. And it is your guys' responsibility to financially support
What?
me and my children. So until I get these benefits back, I need you all to pitch in and help me.
Don't they say that migrants are the leeches on the government or something? But the entitlement behind what she's saying, at some point I almost felt bad for her. But this is what she voted for. She didn't care that they were coming for the migrants. They were dismantling DEI. People were losing their jobs. Now that she's losing her free ride, all of a sudden, she needs help. Here I thought that conservatives were all about pulling themselves up by their bootstraps. Normally I wouldn't kick somebody while they're down. I feel like this one's warranted. But familia, what do y'all think? Will y'all send her 50 cents? Leave a comment and don't forget to...
Big beautiful bill Medicaid cuts. I'm for it because I'm an able-bodied American citizen right now. I'm headed to work. I work at least 40 hours a week. People need to stop just getting free benefits. If you can go to work, you need to go to work because we're tired of paying for everybody. So Medicaid cuts, we're here for it.
Here's my mother-in-law. She worked 40 hours a week too at the same company for 32 years, and she was union, and then she got brain tumors and she lost her health insurance because if you're not working, you're going to lose your health insurance, and then Medicaid and Medicare kick in. Every single person is one tragedy away from having to be on Medicaid and Medicare. You're one brain tumor, one car accident, and for you specifically, looking at you, I can tell you're one heart attack away from from needing Medicaid and Medicare. Now, I know that you think everybody that's on them is lazy illegals, but guess what? One day you're gonna need it and you're not gonna have it. And it's not you that's paying everything. It's people like me, the younger generation, that are paying for that, for you, for her. Now, thank God that she had successful children that can subsidize her way of life, because Medicare and Medicaid, it don't cover it all. You're going to be in poverty forever, and you're going to lose your house. You're going to lose your home. You're going to lose everything that you ever worked for, and you're going to have to move in with your kids. So I hope that you have fucking rich kids, because you just made that little tiny entitlement that you're going to need fucking smaller. I would like people like you to think of the future. You're going to need it. For you, it's probably going to be a couple years, all right? Because I can tell you've probably been eating butter and fried chicken for the last 20 years.
Unemployed Trump voter who said they voted for Trump because he promised to kill Obamacare, but says he hopes Trump keeps his hands off the Affordable Care Act, which he relies upon. Obamacare is the Affordable Care Act. Here's what this guy wrote online. He wrote the following, quote, "I just voted for him because he's going to kill Obamacare. I am unemployed and Obamacare effing sucks. I'd rather just have the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, by itself instead of this communism shit." And then someone responded to him by saying, "Obamacare is the ACA. It is literally keeping you alive. You voted to take away your health care." And then the original poster wrote back, quote, "Why the F do people have two different names for it? Obama equals bad and affordable equals good. I effing hate Democrats." Well, if you remember, it was the Republicans who branded it as Obamacare originally to try to scare people like you. Maybe your hate should be directed at those trying.
MAGA is such a cult that they don't care. They themselves are gonna be without insurance as soon as the others are being without insurance, and we perfectly know what are those others that they want without insurance. And it's just like these guys say, like everybody in this country is like one accident away to don't have insurance and don't have all the benefits that your work bring you. So we all need some kind of the government insurance. We all need some kind of the government taking care of us, just in case there's something happened to us and we cannot do it ourselves. And just with defunding, because that's basically what they say, the defunding of Medicaid and Medicare. They are just not caring enough for the American population. They are not caring enough for the people, with the people. So what are we paying taxes for? That's the big question. Because if we don't gonna have all these government programs that benefit the people, why the people need to pay taxes? It's taxation without representation. That's what.
What a beautiful morning. So Trump got in office. Life is gonna be so much easier again.
A few moments later.
So I just got the quote from the dentist in Mexico I've been looking to go see, because no offense to my current dentist in the United States, I love him. He does a really great job, and I wish I could go to him. I just can't afford dental care in the United States.
Own the libs. Are you winning yet? No, because you played yourself. These are the females who lack the spine and the courage to step into a private voting booth and vote to safeguard their own rights as women. They're so weak that they actively participate in their own downfall, allowing men to use them as tools to strip away their own rights and help strip away the rights of us all as women. This is what happens when you're gullible enough to fall for the conservative patriarchal illusion of a traditional family, where the man is supposed to be the leader, but in reality, that so-called provider is a failure, leaving you, his wife, so financially helpless that you are forced to rely on the very people that y'all demonize and cheer to be deported just to survive. Now look at you crossing the border into Mexico. Yes, the same Mexico you clutch your pearls over just to be able to afford health care. You're out here bragging about voting for Trump, yet you can't even afford to put America first under Trump. You're out here fighting for white supremacy, but white supremacy ain't fighting for you.
And I just don't know if just me or what, but I do have a hard time understanding how people say that it was better under Trump. I just don't see it. If it's separate from those checks that they send, the stimulus check that they send, that was the Democrats, the ones that signed it in law, and he just put his name on it. I just don't see what it was better under Trump. I just don't see it. What it was better? Just please comment below, because I'm lost. If you are a Trump supporter or you are pro-Trump, comment below. What it was better in his administration? Because yes, we didn't have the inflation that we have right now. With the things are like, I'm talking about the first administration of Donald Trump. We didn't have the inflation as we have right now. But when he left, we needed to fight on the stores for toilet paper. That was the part that we was in that point, fighting at the store for freaking toilet paper. If you think that was the best president that America ever have, the one that left you to fight on the store for toilet paper, I don't know, something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you, because I don't see what else was good. Nothing was good, because even he did a tax cut that in the beginning it gave a little bit more money to the middle class in the first 2 years of that tax cut. And then after those tax cuts, I actually received less return than what I just was receiving before. And the rich people received more money than what we received. And on the top of that, then it was the pandemic, and people was just dying, literally dying, because he know this from October, the pandemic is gonna happen, and he couldn't even prepare us, asking us to wear a freaking mask. He didn't even do that. So I just have a hard time understanding when people like this white lady, he just say like, oh, thank you, Trump. I'm so grateful that Trump is in office, because now we're just gonna have a better president, a better life. His first term, it was just awful. It was crazy. So I just don't even understand how to just say that. Do you agree with me or you disagree? Just comment below. Just let me know your opinion.
Let's talk really quickly about Karen theory and white women who vote for Trump. To understand white female Trump supporters, I honestly think Karen theory is like a prereq. We all know the term Karen, we all can envision a Karen, right? But a couple years ago, I heard the theory on what creates a Karen, what is the recipe to build a Karen. And I can't remember who said this, but ever since, I can't stop talking about it. When you are a white girl or young woman, and if you are average or above average attractiveness, you get a lot of attention from older white men. And by older, I mean just older than you. So it could be guys your age, guys in their 20s, all the way up to like old ass motherfucker. You do get special treatment. You get complimented and people open the door for you. And it's a lot of little things. It's not huge displays of affection or gifts necessarily, but strangers and friends alike who are men in your life tend to appreciate your youth, your whiteness, and your beauty. When you walk into stores, people are greeting you very kindly and they're asking how they can help you. And I know I'm generalizing, but just follow along. And then, as the patriarchy intended, one day you stop getting looked at. You reach a certain age where your youth and beauty is no longer the first thing that people are noticing about you. And you start asking, where's my special treatment? And then you go into a restaurant or a store and you get ignored or just spoken to like a regular fucking person. And deep-seated resentment starts to take over. You wonder why no one's kissing your ass anymore. I'm special, don't you guys know that? And then everyone starts filming you as you crash the fuck out in public. Most Karens, I would say, are probably Trumpers. The correlation there is extremely strong. Why would that be? It's rooted in pick-me culture, and the premise is that these women truly believe they're the exception to the rule, and that the patriarchy is still somewhat set up to benefit them. They see the system as fine. They don't think the system needs to be torn down at all. In fact, they think that they directly benefit from it. They see the way that the patriarchy sets up careers and marriage as a great thing because a lot of them naturally want to be a mother and a homemaker, or they don't want to take on that much responsibility outside of the home. There also tends to be a correlation here with the level of education. So maybe they weren't that great in school, or that wasn't prioritized in their home. So then a big shot career as like a lawyer or working for a corporation was never in the cards for them to begin with. It might not have been for their brothers either. And so then as they grow older and they start to lose the baseline attention that they used to get just for being young and decently attractive and white. They turn into full-blown pick-me's. They say things like, oh, women are just so much drama. I would so much rather hang out around a bunch of men. And feminism is such a scam. I love the way our country is run. I love America, and I love being a housewife, and that's what I want to do. Side note, there's nothing wrong with being a housewife if you choose to. But if you don't have a choice and you can't have a career, that's not fair. But anyway, it pisses me the fuck off because their entire worldview is essentially rooted in, I don't care if other women suffer, I don't care if other women don't get the attention and the special treatment. I am going to get it, and I have set up my life to figure out what men like and how to make them happy. And a lot of times Christianity is also a part of this cocktail, of course, because it's rooted in modern Christianity and like evangelical shit. It's rooted in patriarchy. You submit unto your husband. He is the head of the household. And then these women are also like really natalist because they understand that their power in the household comes from motherhood, but not from pretty much anything else. And so, of course, they're anti-choice, even if they know that other women are going to suffer, because they're like, my biggest gift in this world was bringing life. And there should be more women out there who want to be mothers like me, because it's given me so much validation and purpose. And I very vividly remember when I really started to get outspoken politically in high school, knowing consciously, like, I'm going to be labeled as one of those women. And like, that's not a great feeling, especially when you're like a teenager and you want to attract boys and you want to have a boyfriend and you want to be cool. And I remember there was a certain girl in my history class my freshman year who I immediately identified as pick-me, even though that wasn't the vocabulary we would have used at the time. But there were these guys, I went to a preppy boarding school, and there were these guys that every day in class would like mess with her, but in like a very obviously degrading and demeaning way, but it looked playful. They would like tug on her ponytail, like yaga her, and she'd be like, stop, guys, stop, seriously. And I was friends with her earlier that year, and I remember watching her in this history class, and I was like, see, this is where I draw the line. Because they're making a fucking fool of you. And you like it, or are somehow thinking that you're winning in this situation because of the attention you're getting from degenerates. But I digress. It's also why Mar-a-Lago face is a thing. Because in a conservative patriarchal system, women have value as long as they have youth, beauty, and the ability to bear children. And no one can be young forever. It's actually a trap. Men are allowed to age. In fact, they somehow gain value in patriarchy. Like someone like Trump, it's like, oh, he's got so much experience and wisdom. He doesn't. But that's how the patriarchy is going to interpret aging for men, regardless really of how they look. Women inherently lose value under patriarchy the older they get. And so then if you're one of the Mar-a-Lago Republican Trumper women who knows that, but isn't willing to challenge the system and be like, why is it this way? Why am I losing value with age? Instead, you either become an entitled Karen or get a ton of plastic surgery in an effort to look young. And you understand you can be outspoken, but only so outspoken. And you know at the end of the day that you're still going to be the scapegoat. Pam Bondi is a great example. Trump was giving her orders to not release the Epstein files, obviously, because he's her boss. But what did all the MAGAs do the second that it was being blocked and no one was getting any answers about the Epstein files? Come for Pam, because she's a woman and she's replaceable. Trump, in their mind, is not, even though she was following his order. I could go on and on about this topic, but I would love to hear what y'all think about women who vote against their own best interests and who would rather be the dog with the shiniest, prettiest collar who daddy lets climb into bed while the other dogs sleep on the floor than a dog with no fucking cage and no leash.
This is who's taking over the United States, guys. These guys, check this out and listen into it because it gets crazy.
Empathy almost needs to be struck from the Christian vocabulary.
It does.
Empathy
yes.
is dangerous. Empathy is toxic. Empathy will align you with hell.
Absolutely.
Sympathy, compassion, yes. Empathy, deadly and dangerous. And this will be controversial. Women are especially vulnerable to this. Absolutely. One of the patterns that we've seen in 25 years of church ministry, the most divisive households are those households where there is a loud, aggressive, Jezebel spirit wife paired with a weak, passive Ahab beta male.
Yeah.
Not ungodly for a man to speak into who his wife is friends with.
Yes. Absolutely.
Who she can hang out with.
Who she's following.
Who she listens to.
If you want to live in that kind of society, I'm telling you, it's the reason why we left. One of the big reasons we left.
People need to stop calling MAGA weird.
Why does that bother you?
Because we're not weird! Look, why do you keep saying that?
Oh, maybe it's because anytime somebody says the word Trump, it's like a switch.
You mean the man that's gonna save the world? There's nothing I hate more than George
Well, this is what I'm talking about. Anytime someone says the word Trump, it's like a switch goes off in their brain and they...
It's just frustrating because none of you guys see the truth. God handpicked Donald Trump.
Okay, see, all logic just goes out the window. I haven't even said anything.
Liberal. I don't even know what that means, but that's what you are.
I've literally said nothing.
Anybody critical of Trump is a liar and an enemy. To not like Trump means you're not a good person.
What you're doing right now is weird.
Oh, I didn't know loyalty was weird. Wow, the Democrats are so violent.
And this last man, the one that talk about empathy, are we just believing the empathy is a weakness? What are we talking about here? Empathy is a great thing, and it helps society to be better all the time. It's like if you empathetic with other people, you can be a better person yourself and help to improve things in society that they really need it. I just don't understand what he's just saying. I hope that he raises kids with lack of empathy, and then when he just get older to be an older man, they can drop him on the edge of the cliff for see how it feels when people doesn't have no empathy for you. And then also the other, we just close it with this guy, but that's what MAGA is. They just don't listen to reasons. They just whatever the buffon. And this is the thing with the Epstein files. I was thinking how long this is gonna last. Because a lot of MAGAs are like, oh no, I cannot believe the Epstein files, he's part of the file. Now they are making things up. I just saw this guy like a couple days ago that he just said, oh, I just gonna give you the reasoning why Epstein files, Trump is knowing the Epstein files. Even when with Trump was the best friend of Epstein. He's knowing the Epstein files because Biden had these files for a while, and it's a lot of things that I wish Biden done it. Like for example, put the orange buffon in jail. That would be a good one, because he just did a rebellion against our government, and tell all these people to go all the way to the Congress and poop on the hallways of the Congress. So I wish that Biden would have put the orange buffon in jail. That's one of the major things. But they are saying that because he didn't reveal the Epstein file, that's the new one for MAGA. Because Biden didn't reveal the Epstein files, is because Donald Trump is not on it. That's the only reason why Donald Trump is not on it, because he didn't reveal it. Otherwise, Biden would reveal the files, the Epstein files. Biden is a president that is really traditional. They believe in separation of power. That's one of the reasons. And also some Democrats, like big league Democrats, are in this file too, I believe. At least the Clintons are there. No Hillary. I don't think it's Hillary, but at least the Clinton, the male. Well, we know he have his weakness is women, you know. He has something we cannot deny it. That's his thing. He just, it is what it is, okay? But definitely, I think definitely Clinton, he's there for sure. I will be surprised if he's not there. That's what I will be surprised if he's not there. But and it's not funny. I'm just laughing, but it is not funny because we're talking about what we are talking about it. But please don't forget giving a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps my channel to grow, and it really helps other people to find my content and my video. Thank you for support liberal media. Thank you.